Da 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 da! What's my good cheer? Welcome, everybody. Let's give YouTube a couple of minutes to get those notifications out. In the meantime, if you've never popped into one of my lives before, hi, I'm Cindy. I explore the inside and the outside. And I was congratulating myself just a few moments ago in making a little bit of headway in those creative ways that we go about doing things, right? And the conditioner isn't on. And I remembered last night that I smelt, right? I got a nose for things, and I says, I smell wires. I wonder if somebody's using a power tool or something outside. And then this morning, I'm sitting here and I could smell it again, right? And I says, hell, what is that? And then, I thought maybe it's my air conditioner. And I took a rag and I wiped all the little fluffies. I have a cat off the screen, right? And I just said to myself, well, maybe that'll work. Went about my morning and just noticed that the air conditioner wasn't working. I fried the cord. I fried the cord. Oh my goodness. Air conditioners are super expensive. I didn't make allowances for my budget because I didn't realize there was a problem. It was a great working air conditioner until this morning. And yeah, so I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, well, if it's the cord, I can repair that. Right. Well, maybe I can't repair that. But it's an easy fix. It's an easy fix. It's just a matter of finding the right cord. So I'm not going to worry about it, understanding that things happen for a reason, and right, not to damper my mood and being so creative and so ingenious. Only a few minutes earlier, just to have a wrench thrown into my day, right? Into my moment. I'm not going to give it any thought. Maybe in the next couple of days when it starts really getting hot and I notice that my cat is suffering while I'm at work, enjoying the air conditioning, right? And my cat's comfort is very, very important to me. I don't dismiss that accountability that I have to another being, and it might not be a human being, but this cat depends on me. And not only, but in saying that, I have to say, there was a moment when I went and I searched out a cat. I didn't necessarily search out this cat, but this cat came across my path, and I couldn't have asked for a better cat. But I was going to say that cat came across my path in a moment when I truly, right, needed it, that I needed something to, I don't know. It's not like, she was going to emotionally lift me up knowingly, but, right, to have a little bit of company in, right, the stories that we play out in our day to days. And I'm grateful that I have my cat, but I'm going to make sure that we get on this air conditioner thing. And if it costs a few dollars, it costs a few dollars. I mean, these are the wrenches, right? And, we don't always understand, like maybe you live in the States and you just had a serious condition that made it so you had to jump in an ambulance and go to the hospital. And those things, they cost lots of money, even here in Winnipeg, Manitoba, where I live, right? You have to take an ambulance unless you have good insurance. Well, that's going to be a little bit of a wrench into your life, because now you're scrambling to hold up your end, right? And you definitely want to hold up your end because possibly somebody saved your life in the process, helped you out when you needed it, right? So that accountability to yourself and into your movement, right? Because it is part of our movement in creating the best human being we possibly can, that we're good neighbors, we're good supporters in that community that we are a part of, I could say, well, I'm doing this all by myself. Boo hoo. I don't have any friends. But you know what? In this moment, even though, right, having friends and being out doing social things and having conversations and doing that bonding is important, I've never denied myself that ever. It's just that I'm so into what I'm doing, right? Into those goals and desires that I have for myself. And that little bit of movement, I think that I could help out with in a little bit of a contribution to the betterment of not just the best human being ever, but if it works for me, if I can make it manifest as myself being the evidence that it could be done. Oh my goodness, right? And that's how you, right? That's how you make these uh, adventures and these relationships that actually last, that truly last. I have people in my life now, and I may feel sometimes that I'm in this all alone, but all it would take would be making a phone call or having a conversation, or right, just making a connection that way. But like I said, I am so involved in what I'm doing now, right, that sometimes I forget that I am a human being, and it's important to make these connections along the way, to have these networks and these groups and these communities. But like I said, sometimes we don't recognize the community of the city you live in, the community of the village you live in, the community of the block that you live in. I mean, you could take a garbage bag. I do it all the time. Take a garbage bag and just walk up and down the streets. Well, I haven't done it in my neighborhood, but I am a bit of a garbage collector, not for myself, but to keep, right? In that little bit of stewardship, in that little bit of thankfulness and gratefulness to have such a beautiful city, a beautiful province, a beautiful country to live in, right? And that's not necessarily an accountability, but it's a consideration, right? Kindnesses and consideration is going to make so much different as we move forward. And that all comes from just being a spectator. Don't think I didn't forget today's the last word, last day of the word that we're going to work in this with this word spectator, right? In being a spectator in my own life, it afforded so many lessons, adventures, experiences that added on to my plate, that possibly makes it so that, the things that I've got to do now, like, in the lessons and in making those goals, those dreams, and those ambitions and desires of mine a reality, that I am putting in the work now. But the thing is, I'm not resentful of that. I am not feeling sad or terribly lonely, right? Because I am doing this. This is not a group. It's not a group project. This is a Cindy project in this moment. But a lot of people would say, "Oh my goodness, I'm missing out on life. I could be at the football game. I could be off fishing. I could be at a dance class. I could be going for an evening walk," which I have done many times myself, and I have not done many times myself because I have sacrificed it for what I'm doing in the moment. But I understand. I've had, right? It's like I've had that day in the sun. I've had that experience, and it's not like I'm never going to have those experiences again. I'm not missing out on anything socially because I picked up those lessons. I might not have been awoke to those ideas when I was picking up those lessons, but my experiences, my conversations, and my adventures all added onto that plate. So it's kind of like those prerequisites, right? That just naturally, in its nurturing, right? And it's nurturing just from the environment that I'm in, just gaining even for those desires and adventures and experiences that I want to have, right? It didn't necessarily have to be, right, deep into the lessons in order to be able to absorb. That's part of creating the best human being I possibly can, right? Life is what happens to you. Oh, what a great one. Life is what happens to you while you're making other plans. I'm making other plans. Like I said, this air conditioner was not included in the budget. I didn't make an accountability for it, but obviously going into the summer in the next week or two, it's something that needs to be dealt with. If it's just the cord, possibly it's a repair. Maybe I could take it to a repair shop and they could change the cord for me. Maybe I have to invest a few $100s on a new one. But at the same time, in saying that, an air conditioner came into work last night, but it's a window one. And I don't know if I could accommodate a window one here, right? Possibly. I don't know. But then again, there could be a missed opportunity if I don't pick it up today and it's hot tomorrow and somebody says, oh, I need an air conditioner. Oh, score. Look at what I just found for $50, right? So it's in that process. Life is what happens to you while you're making other plans, right? Things got to be done when they get thrown into the mix of what we had planned or what we were hoping to do, or right, those little bit of funds that you're trying to do a budget every month and then make that allotment for everything, and then oh my goodness, the car breaks down or the kid has to go to the dentist or they broke their glasses, or right, somebody new needs a new iPhone, right? I am grateful for the things that I pick up along the way. Hello, Melvin. Melvin with the great eyes, right? Melvin, who had a wrench thrown into his own life and really didn't have a choice but to have to deal with it. But in dealing with it, there is that right, there's that time, there's that effort, and there's those resources that were not considered in the moment, but right, once it's taken care of, right, we're smiling, right, we're laughing, we're on the road again. We're on the road again. I'm just thinking of my trip coming up, right? If this is going to be a few $100s, it's gonna hurt, but it's only gonna hurt, right? It's gonna get done no matter what, right? And my vacation's gonna be amazing no matter what. I was already booking, or not booking, but I was picking out all my amazing campsite. I found the most amazing provincial park. I'm not sure if it's a national park or provincial park, but I found the most amazing park with the most amazing waterfront views and trees and beautiful campsites. I'm really looking forward to going there. And I've decided I'm going to camp there for 2 days, and I'll just roam around the back roads, hounding and stuff in the process. But the itinerary is starting. The campsites will all be booked in the first couple of weeks of July, right? And at that point, well, it's just getting, the propane and the camp stove and making sure that I've got everything I need on top of that. Oh, great. Thank you, Melvin. Right? I'm smiling. I just had a major catastrophe. My air conditioner just blew up and we're going into a hot weekend. Right? And that's amazing that you noticed I'm still smiling through it, because I am still smiling through it. Right? I don't want things to be handed to me. I don't want things to be super easy. I don't want things to be catastrophic, but I need that consistent problem solving, right? And scheduling and right, planning and being that creative at the same time, right? Taking in the lessons and showing up and being the evidence that it can be done. No, I was thinking that maybe I was going to use a navigator this year. It looks like a pretty nice vehicle. But I'm not going out of my way. It was a little bit of a pain last year, right? Just for the vehicle that I thought I truly wanted. Right? I'm looking for function this time. I want to make sure that I am comfortable. I've got lots of space, and I'm going to have an comfortable and enjoyable drive out there. But yeah, but I was thinking the Navigator. I also think the Wagoneer is a pretty nice vehicle too. I wouldn't mind taking a Jeep Wagoneer this year. That would be a cool vehicle too. Okay, you guys, that's my good cheer. That's it for this word that we got this week. Spectacular. Spectacular. Spectator. Failed myself there, right? But the thing is, it was a good lesson for me to take today, because a lot of times we just, right, we look at our problems, we'll go, oh my goodness, we'll fix it tomorrow, we'll worry about it tomorrow. But who knows if that opportunity, conversation, or offering happens in the next hour, and because, right, we weren't thinking about it, because we, right, we can put it off for another day, that we miss out on an opportunity to deal with the problem in a moment, so that it doesn't drag on into tomorrow, right, or into the weekend when it's super hot. Okay, you guys, I've got to run off to work. I'm starting my weekend now. I'll be back on Monday with a new word, our 42nd word. We're getting close, you guys. We're picking 54 powerful words. We're going to work on the 42nd word all week long. If you want to come and hang out with us Sunday night, Chatters Live, I have a great crew over there. Melvin here is one of the moderators of that show. Come and hang out with us there. I'll be on Instagram sometime tomorrow. Other than that, we'll see you Monday. Have a great day. Have a great day, Melvin. Have a great day. Take care.